Hi everyone. Today's video is about countable nouns, uncountable nouns, and quantifiers. This lesson is for first grade middle school students. In this video, we are going to answer the following questions. What are countable nouns? What are uncountable nouns? How to quantify the uncountable nouns? What are quantifiers? How and when do we use them? And then finally, a quiz that we're going to do together. So let's get started. Nouns. A noun is a word that represents a person. Kate, for example. Kate is a proper noun. Animal, a dog. Place, a forest. Or things, like a car. Countable nouns. Countable nouns are nouns that can often be counted. We can put a, an, or a number before countable nouns. Example, a, 1, 3. An, 1 umbrella. Countable nouns have a singular and a plural form. Example, I have a 1 computer. I have 2 computers. Uncountable nouns now. Uncountable nouns can be food and drinks, like meat, pasta, juice, tea. Abstract nouns like happiness, love, bravery, tolerance. Other categories like clothes, money, furniture. Uncountable nouns are nouns that cannot often be counted. We don't use a, an, or a number before uncountable nouns. It's not correct to say a 1 bread. And it's not correct to say an 1 of olive oil. Uncountable nouns don't take s or es. 1 milk, 2 milks are not correct. 1 cheese and 4 cheeses, not correct. We don't say 1 pasta, 6 pastas. Uncountable nouns cannot be in the plural form. Uncountable nouns cannot be counted, but they can be quantified by using some expressions called partitives. Partitives means they refer to a part of a whole that may either be containers, amounts, or units of measurements. Here are some examples of partitives. It's not correct to say 1 cereal, but we say a bowl of cereal. It's not correct to say 2 coffees, but we say 2 cups of coffee. It's not correct to say a bread, but we can say 1 loaf of bread, 2 loaves of bread. And we don't say 1 rice. We can say 1 kilo of rice or a pack of rice. because rice is uncountable. Quantifiers. There are some words that we use only for countable nouns and others only for uncountable nouns. These words are called quantifiers. A quantifier is a word or phrase used before a noun or pronoun to refer to a quantity or amount of something. Many and much are quantifiers. Many means a large number of, and much means a large amount or quantity of. Many comes before plural countable nouns. Example, I have many friends. So friends is a plural countable noun. Much comes before uncountable nouns. Example, he hasn't got much money. Money is an uncountable noun. But a lot of can be used for both, which means a lot of can come before plural countable nouns or uncountable nouns. Example, a lot of animals are endangered. See, animals here is a plural countable noun. Example, he puts a lot of sugar in his coffee. So here, sugar is an uncountable noun. How much and how many? When we want to ask about the number of countable nouns, we use how many. Example, how many books are there on the table? When we want to ask about the quantity of uncountable nouns, we use how much. Example, how much cheese do you need for the pizza? Some nouns are countable in other languages, but uncountable in English. So they must follow the rules for uncountable nouns. Some of the most common ones that young learners often confuse are advice, information, use, person. We don't say one advice or two advices, but we say some advice, a piece of advice. Information never takes S, but we say some information. News is an uncountable noun. That's why here we put the verb to be in the singular form. Person never takes S. We don't say one person, 10 persons, but we say one person, 2 people, or 10 people. As we use A and N before singular countable nouns in affirmative sentences, we use other quantifiers with countable and uncountable nouns. Some, for example, some comes in affirmative sentences before plural countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Example, there are some flowers on a vase on the table. You see here, some comes before plural countable nouns in an affirmative sentence. There's some cheese in the fridge. You see here, cheese is an uncountable noun, and it is an affirmative sentence. Some again comes in questions or in interrogative sentences. It comes before plural countable nouns and uncountable nouns. It comes before plural countable nouns in requests. Example, can I have some biscuits? You see here, biscuits is a plural countable noun, and it is a request. It comes before uncountable nouns in offers. Example, would you like some coffee? So here, coffee is an uncountable noun, and it is an offer. Any. Any comes in negative sentences and in questions or interrogative sentences. It comes in negative sentences before plural countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Example, there aren't any oranges in the kitchen. So here, oranges is a plural countable noun, and this is a negative sentence. I haven't got any time. See, time is an uncountable noun, and it is a negative sentence. Any comes in questions before plural countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Examples, have you got any sisters? See, sisters is a plural countable noun. Is there any tea? Tea is an uncountable noun, and both of them are questions. There are other quantifiers that we use with countable and uncountable nouns, like few, a few, which means a small number of. And few and a few come before plural countable nouns. Example, he has few good friends. Friends is a plural countable noun. There are a few mistakes in your homework. See here, mistakes is a plural countable noun. Now let's see little and a little, which means a small quantity of. Little and a little come before uncountable nouns. Example, they have little money to spend. Money is an uncountable noun. I have a little free time these days. See, time is an uncountable noun too. And now we've come to the quiz. You have to complete with much or many. Here are some nouns. While I'm reading these nouns, try to do it. Cheese, people, students, time, tea, cups of coffee, information, sugar, patience, cartons, bread, children, fun, water. Knowing that we use much before uncountable nouns, and we use many before plural countable nouns. So let's start. Cheese is an uncountable noun. So we put much cheese. People is an irregular plural. So we put many people. Students is a plural noun. It's a countable noun. So we put many students. Time is an uncountable noun. That's why we have to put much time. Tea is an uncountable noun, so we put much tea. Cups of coffee. You know that coffee is an uncountable noun, but cup is a countable noun. You can say 1 cup, 2 cups of coffee. So we put many cups of coffee. Information is an uncountable noun. So we put much information. Sugar is an uncountable noun. We put much sugar. Patience is an abstract noun. So we put much patience. Cartons, we say 1 carton, 10 cartons of milk, for example. So we put many cartons. Bread is an uncountable noun. So we put much bread. Children is an irregular plural. So we put many. Fun is an abstract noun. So we put much fun. Water is an uncountable noun. So we put much water. Well done. Now we go to the second quiz. In this quiz, you're asked to complete with a little or a few. Let's see the nouns. While I'm reading the nouns again, try to do it. Problems, people, promises, time, butter, minutes, information, jam, intelligence, companies, cake, children, fun, salt. So you know that we put a little before uncountable nouns and a few before plural countable nouns. So let's start. Problems is a countable noun. You can say 1 problem, 2 problems, 10 problems. So we put a few problems. People is an irregular plural. So we say a few people. Promises, it is in plural. So it is countable. We put a few problems. Now time. You know that time is an uncountable noun. So we put a little time. Butter is like cheese. It is uncountable. So we put a little butter. Minutes is countable. We can say 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. So we put a few minutes. Information is an uncountable noun. So we put a little information. Now jam is like cheese, like butter. So we put a little jam. Intelligence is an abstract noun. And we put a little intelligence. Companies is in plural here. 1 company, 2 companies. So it is a plural countable noun. So we put a few companies. Cake is like bread. So we put a little cake. It is uncountable. Children is an irregular plural. Since it's plural, we put a few children. Fun is an abstract noun. So we put a little fun. Salt is like sugar. It is uncountable. So we put a little salt. Well done. I hope you feel confident about this lesson. And we've come to the end of our video. Take care and thank you for watching. Goodbye.